The cliffhanger that wasn't, everybody. Let's do it. Screw it. We're going for it. We'll march on. Sin fell asleep, which means 2K10 goes to the wayside. It's time to figure out what the next era of the Boston Bruins looks like. Because it might just include Matvei Michkov. It also needs to include a shitload of new coaches. It needs to include a shitload of new coaches. And I can't guarantee I'll get all of these coaches, but I am going to try. I am going to try. Is this my secret way of giving someone like Sin more time to be like, hey, I'm here? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. Let's get Francois Tallien in there. Hopefully. And the last one, Gervais Chouinard. You were a goalie coach. Now he's like, I'm a forward specialist. Okay. How'd you like to be a goalie coach? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. All right. Well, the one B minus is Z. I can't cut him. In terms of scouts, Shatan, Reese Toms, Natalia Zednik, and Anastasia Filatov. Could you be any more Russian? Good Lord. Free agency time, everybody. So we saw it. We know who's out there. That includes Matvei Michkov, Delmas, and some other top prospects. But we haven't looked at the goaltending situation. In terms of RFAs, Dustin Wolf is out there, as is a guy by the name of Maxim Chistov, third-round pick of the Lightning back in the day. And again, we have $45 million to spend. So obviously, in terms of RFAs, we're not going to look at Dustin Wolf. But for that goaltender, 1.7 is still the number. Okay. So 1.7 is still the number. Menu lag is a beautiful thing. All right, so 1.7. There's pretty much going to be no reason not to offer Chistov a deal. Logan Thompson's out there. He wants to cash in after a good season with us. He didn't want to come back. Tristan Jarry, Bennington. Obviously, I have no desire to really pay. Quote, top-notch goalkeeper. Devin Levi is out there after never really getting an opportunity either. You also have Aiden Menino. High starter. Has left Detroit. What the hell happened with Detroit? I was thinking Levi, but man, Menino, I think we're going to go for the three of them. I do have to technically try to play them within their roles. There's also this Dexter guy. Owen Dexter. There's a lot of interesting goalies out there. So Chistov. 2-year deal, 1.7. We'll see if that's accepted. In terms of UFAs, I have to go for Menino. If we don't get Chistov, then we go for Devin Levi. But I definitely have to throw my name into the hat for Menino. And again, I can afford to pay these guys more than anybody else. So we'll do that. We'll keep an eye out on that high fringe guy as well. But that is the plan goaltending-wise for the moment. Defensively, I mean, there's some interesting names here. These guys don't have the best potentials in the world, but they're not bad. A lot of just kind of mid-level RFAs, huh? Okay. What about UFAs? Quinn Hughes is out there as a UFA, but he wants $14 million. If his asking price drops, I'll consider it, but considering he's only a 50-point guy, no thank you. I love me some Nick Hague. You guys know, rebuilding Hockey Town legend. Not really willing to pay him. I might actually be willing to pay him $6.5 million. It's Nick Hague. I don't have space, though, because I still have Lindholm. Or do I? Did I deal Hampus Lindholm? I can. I now have the freedom to move on from Hampus Lindholm if need be. I didn't move on from Lindholm. He's still super useful, though. And the contract doesn't even matter to me. I mean, that's pretty much our top 4 defense right there. Unless somebody else really steps up. So going for Haig. I need to see if my two younger guys can hang on a higher pair. So as much as I'd love to go for one of those guys, I don't think that's going to happen. In terms of prospects, Ty Nelson is randomly available. We'd be kind of dumb to not go after him, I would say. So let's send Ty Nelson an offer. Got low fours, who I'm not worried about. And in terms of the high sixes, oh boy, there's a lot of them. That dude's 23. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. That guy's a 78. Bixel. Bixel has a chance. See if we can give Bixel a deal. And then the RFA is... Seabach is definitely worth giving a deal to. But again, 1.7. 1.7 is the most I can give these guys. So we will probably break the game again. But it will result in these dudes getting paid. A lot of these guys are names that were out there last year, too. That their teams ended up keeping. So, let's see. Shai is 24, 25, 22. Reardon, son of Todd. Hopefully you are a better player than your dad was a coach. Sorry, Capitals fans, for bringing that up. Force Mark, 23. We can go for it. We can go for it. Why not? Just get you into the mix here. Seamus Casey, also 23 years old. Again, why not? We got the cap space to kind of fuck around like this, so. Asplund from the Blues. Again, none of these moves involve giving up draft picks either. Let's see, Salmonson. Alright, we'll offer Salmonson a deal. Korchinski, why not? Just gotta bring in the Seattle Thunderbirds, my supported WHL team of choice. Petri Alto, I thought you were ours. You are not. See, this is where we got to be careful. He's a medium top 6. So not really worth it. We want to make sure it's someone of a higher potential. Wallander doesn't work. High 6 at 23. Koromoslav is ours. And there's like Murata, Porter. Is Porter mine? No, we sent him a deal last year. Or we were going to try to draft him, I think. We're saving the Michkov move for a moment. We're taking a look at some of the other moves we could make first. So yeah, Alto's not really going to work. Nor is Wallander, Tomov. Again, if we prioritize these guys, Kromoslav is already ours. Let's go for Murata. Again, strong chance that 75% of these dudes will stay, if not more, with their team. Porter and Jansen at 23. At that stage, you're just not going to make it. Unless we're those medium elites. I mean, it's worth going for this dude just because the trade value might be insane. I mean, you pick up a medium elite, why the hell not? That guy's low elite. Okay, so that is the defensive situation. We're really only going to look for those RFAs unless Quinn Hughes really starts to drop his asking price. We'll see if my temptation to pick up Nick Hague works because I haven't used him in a series in a while. Which brings us to the forwards. That's some talent. That's some talent, to say the least. Oh my God, what an RFA class! Again, Michkov is there. Dante Delmas is there, former 3rd overall pick. And again, look at that shooting category. Problem is, he's a right wing. That's Pasta's spot. It's the same issue with Michkov. It's the same issue with Michkov. Stenberg, decent point totals. Dorian Finger, also a right wing. You got Logan Cooley, who hasn't really put up the points. Juraj Slavkovsky, 51 points last year. Can play center and left wing. Shot hasn't really developed, but he is a very strong power forward. There's also Tommy Pitkinen. Very well-rounded two-way. Fantilli, Beckman, Vyacheslav Datsuk. Wow, this kid, 20 years old, he's an 86. I remember when he was drafted. I mean, how do you not go for a Datsuk? So Slavkovsky, Pikkinen, Datsuk, and obviously the top two are very, very interesting. Stempniak's also there. 24 goals last year as a 20-year-old RFA. Has one hell of a shot. Literally just a stud of an offensive threat. You have Caden Stevens. There are just so many RFAs here. Holy shit. There are so many RFAs here. This is nuts. And again, we can really only target like one or two of them. Even Brad Lambert, who we tried to get last year at 1.7, that won't work. Isaac Howard. We can throw our name into the hat for Isaac Howard. Again, with the 1.7 option, just the lowest available option. Lakiramaki. Let's go 1 year at 1.7. So again, none of these guys, none of these offers for these guys, it doesn't involve giving up draft picks. Obviously, for the big RFAs that we're looking at, that's where it gets to be problematic. And that's where you have to start looking at giving up draft picks. And that's where a decision has to be made. And again, as much as I'd love to get Matvei Michkov, we have to remember, I am playing people in their proper roles. If we get Michkov, David Pastrnak has to go. So we should probably see if there's even an offer out there for David Pastrnak. So that's kind of the situation that we're dealing with right now. And again, all of these dudes I'm sending the 1.7 to. No guarantee we end up signing them at all. But it's worth it to make a play for them and then still focus on the bigger options that are out there. I haven't even really looked at the UFAs yet, so this is going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. And again, we have all the cap space in the world. But there are all these dudes that these teams, just for whatever reason, do not elect to sign out of the gates. The AI don't really use offer sheets that much. I will use and abuse them to my heart's desire. See if we can get Marash check. A lot of, you notice too, like St. Louis has been here a lot. It's all the teams that book themselves into horrible cap situations because the AI, of course, have no patience. They don't sit there and wait for the compies to, I know this guy's a 9, by the way, but I still want him. The compies don't wait for UFAs to drop their asking price. They're just like, fuck it, I'll take it. And that puts them into weird spots. Philip Mazar, 1.7 for you. We have sent out 29, I believe, contract offers. Of course, they haven't changed the color of that text. God, fuck it, there's more of them. Ludman. The Ludman. Let's see what we got. Even Kanyan. A lot of these guys might just be able to push for a roster spot, and that's what we need. A lot of dudes like this on the team, pushing each other, shoving buddies, waiting to see who can claim those very prized and few roster spots that are up for grabs. Even Heward will go for here. This guy's not bad. So like I said, most of these dudes, the vast majority to say the least, will stay with their teams. But, I mean, my God, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. I feel like that should be the cutoff. At the same time, I mean, Cardwell's 24. This guy's a medium 6, though. Noah Ostlund. Let's keep going for it. Let's keep going for it. Who knows? Who knows who we might get? Vinehandle, the medium top 6. 1.7 for you. And again, we have all that fucking cap space. Like Packard's 23 and a medium 9. It's not that good. Smirnoff's definitely not going to make it. All right, there we go. So that's our cutoff. So if we want to go after Michkov or Delmas, David Pastrnak has to go, which is a horrifying thought. He's only 31. There are no trade offers for Pastrnak. But the problem is he's 31. We could still realistically win within David Pasternak's window. Or we move on from him now. Get whatever we can get if we facilitate the trade on our own. The UFAs, by the way, include Troy Terry, who wants $8 million. Hischier, Pageau, Larkin. Ovechkin's still out there at 41 years old. Has 979 goals now. Does Ovi. What do we got for prospects out there? A couple of garbage low elites who hopefully won't get signed. Could I trade Pasta for Michkov? That's a possibility, yes. That is definitely a possibility, and then it opens up room to use those picks for somebody else. That is definitely an option. I'm intrigued in those low elites. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense to go after them right now. How many high 9s are there at this point? Jesus. Crap load of high 9s. I mean, there are all of those RFAs. Let's just throw our name into the hat for these dudes, too. We will see how many people we end up with by the end of this. The answer, I have a feeling, will be a lot. We are not going to have space for all of these guys. I might have to start getting rid of some people off of our roster to make room for all of these attempted moves. Because this is ridiculous. The 24-year-olds, though. Lutz is only a 76. Matika was definitely one that I had my eye on. Do we go after the 24-year-old high 9s? Knowing that they can't get much better. But like Jack Finley, who's huge. Lutz again was only a 76. We're in such a weird spot right now. We are in such a weird spot. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Throw our name into the hat for these guys. And just see who makes this team over time. Jordan Lutz is actually asking for a normal contract. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. It's working, though, because I'm going to pay him. Let's see. I spent all that time helping out the AI when it came to players. I don't think I'm going to go for those low elites. I don't think they're going to make it at this point. Like, Strombo might, but it's not... It's hardly a guarantee that someone like Strombo would make it. Hardly a guarantee. And he probably won't. We have sent out 46 contract offers. 40 goddamn 6. So, really quickly, Michkov from... Oh, the problem is, man, Michkov's on goddamn Buffalo. Am I willing to trade David Pastrnak to Buffalo so he can treat us like a punching bag for the next few years until we're ready? That's the real question. That is the real question. Dvorsky on Detroit. McDavid and Draisaitl are both still 95s. Mackenzie Weegar is available. Interesting. Honestly, as much as we talked about this team as a rebuilder, not quite. With the way this is shaping up, we don't necessarily have to be. Pickenen, I was super interested in from Arizona. Nemec, Battaglia, Skula, and Nordqvist I don't really want to get rid of. So he'd probably be RFA. Logan Cooley, Nemec, Nordqvist, Robertson, Battaglia, Skula, Kromoslav in a 7th. That is pretty damn cheap. Nah, not really though. Skula's better than I thought he was. Skula is much, much better than I thought he was. No trade from Michkov outright. We know Jack Quinn was out there too, but I don't really know how much he'd fit this team. Second liner. Honestly, I feel like he'd be just the next Robertson, which is why they want to trade him for Robertson. Battaglia, 3rd and a 4th. Slavin's also available, so a lot of these teams are looking to move some of these big money players. That Michkov deal, though, does make a lot of sense. Datsuk is a 1st, Robertson and Lindholm, but if we give up that 1st, we couldn't do anything. A lot of these teams really want Skula, which means we are best to hold on to him. That is exactly what that means. McAvoy for Jason Robertson. I love Jason Robertson. I don't love him that much. Can I get a trade for Connor McDavid, please? Oh my God. McAvoy and Skula for Connor McDavid. I'm not going to do it because I don't want McDavid to leave the Oilers, but that is... Damn. That was tremendous. That's tremendous. Definitely not going to do it, but it's funny that I do have the assets to technically do it. Skula, Isbister, Lindholm for Uyghur. You're crazy not to take that. No, it's called It's Not Fun to take that. Alright, Montreal were the players that I wanted. So Finger, 1st, Robertson, a 3rd, Skula, Robertson, Sarno. And then Delmas, Nemec and Robinson, a 1st. So I could definitely get the likes of Delmas for cheaper than it would be in terms of offer sheet. I definitely could. I don't need both of them because they're both right wings. I don't know what the move is here. I really don't. In terms of the whole RFA conversation. In terms of the whole RFA conversation, it's a bit of a tough call. It's a little bit of a tough call. Caden Stevens on Pittsburgh. It definitely looks like, though, the right move is to make a trade as opposed to offer sheeting if we can. At the same time, a lot of these trades are asking me to get rid of people I don't want to get rid of. So you got to kind of view it as like, well, you get rid of those draft picks, but you keep these people instead. Tampa's looking like they're kind of looking to tear it apart a little bit. Stempniak was super interesting from Vancouver. I mean, basically a 1st and Kromoslav to swap Robertson with Stempniak. Can I get him and Fantilli at the same time? No, I cannot. Oh, man. I don't know what to do. This is one of those series-altering decisions to certainly map out our course moving forward. Michkov is out there. If we wanted to trade for him, or even if we wanted to get Delmas, it involves moving on from David Pasternak, who is 9 years older. And again, you do have the likes of Stenberg. Certainly has the assists over Cooley. Finger's also a right wing. Again, Delmas has no gold X factor, but he's unbelievable. And this Michkov, where it's just like, okay, how good would he be? Like, he's been on Buffalo. How good would Michkov actually be once he gets here? He's more well-rounded. I feel like Delmas has the far superior shot. Again, Slavkovsky, super interesting because of the points, but and that shooting category is a bit rough. That would be a first and a third for him. And then further down, there was Tommy Pitkinen, who does look super interesting. And then, again, no outright gold X factor, but Datsuk. I mean, it's a player named Datsuk who plays like fucking Ovechkin. Yzerman, Fantilli, Stempniak. See, Lambert's out there, not a bad point total. I do not know who to go for. You got Rizzy, who has an amazing shot. He's only 21. Like I said, it's just the decision hinders around David Pastrnak and what to do with him. If we elect not to move on from Pastrnak, that's certainly a move. Otherwise, we use the draft picks to get, or the Pastrnak trade to go for like a Michkov or a Delmas, and then the draft picks to go for a center or left wing. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think Pasta has to go. I'd love for him to continue on as captain of this team, but it might very well be Charlie McAvoy's team now. At center, we do have Cashman and Mashenko, who could be put into that position as the 1-2. We also have Skula in the system, who's not that far behind. We got Robertson on the wing with Maurer. So right-hand side, that's where we're weak in the future. That is where we come up a little bit short. But let's say Robertson and Maurer are the guys on the lefts. Cashman, Mashenko are the dudes down the middle that we're basing this around. It would make sense to move on from Pasta. It would. Or, I mean, the problem is we don't know if, like, Finger will immediately develop into a top liner. There's Caden Stevens, incredible shot. Again, Datsuk out there as a center. Got Stempniak on the left. This is such a tough call. I'm having to battle with the idea of moving on from David Pastrnak. Although, how much cap space does Buffalo have? Because that Michkov option... Okay, Buffalo has all the cap space in the world. They're going to sign him. They're listed as sellers. Fuck. This sucks. This sucks, dude. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's so many goddamn players that could be worth getting. It's just who's the right one to get. Okay, I know Michkov's there. I know Delmas is there. Cooley and Finger. But like I said, Slavkovsky doesn't look that bad. Pikkinen, Stevens. I'm really kind of infatuated with Datsuk or Stempniak. Just because, again, like again, Datsuk has both just fucking incredible. If we were to go for Matvei Michkov, 2 years at 8.5, I'm sure Buffalo would match this. That's a first, second, and third. When does it jump to 4 first-round picks? At $13 million. Wow, it doesn't jump then until $13.5 million. So 10-7. 10-7 is this year's first, second, and third. 10-7. That's the max offer we can hand out to not have to give up draft picks next year. Matvei Michkov. 2-year deal. We're 10-7. First, second, and third this year. Offers out. The offer's out for Michkov. He'll be the top target. He will be the top target. And we'll see if it happens. Because I thought for sure we'd have to give up the 4 first-rounders, but we don't. So really quickly, before 50 goddamn contract offers potentially come through, who can I clear off the roster? It's becoming difficult to keep Bussy on the team. It's becoming very difficult to keep Bussy on this team. Let me just go. Oh, God. There's too many good goalies out there to keep Bussy on the team, right? But I get the meme. But we are actively fucking ourselves over if we keep him on this team. Krejci as well. There are people higher up. We gotta tear this down all the way. We gotta tear this down all the way. Bussy, who needs a goalie? Anaheim needs a goalie. I hate to do it. Brandon Bussy for a 7th. Rejected. We will also add in young Krejci. And see if I can get like a 4th. That's rejected. We'll go for the 5th then. That's fine. Okay, goddamn. Is there a team that wants them? Is there a team that wants either of them? Apparently not. Anaheim, I don't care. Give me a 6th for them. I need them. Give me a 7th for them. I need them off the team. Thank you. I had to do it. It's a completely new era. Brandon Bussy is off the team. I hate to say it. But it is a new era indeed. Who else can I potentially move off of this team? Gentile's not going to make it. Ryder's probably not going to make it. Eaton's probably not going to make it. Piper, Van Kadishin. I just got to clear these guys out. Got to clear these guys out. We got to make room for all of those potential dudes who are along the way here. Can't get that Calgary 2nd. Can I get the Ottawa 2nd? Yes, I can. So, might give up a little bit of value, but again, the real value right now to us is clearing a lot of dudes off of this team, including Ryan Mast. We need guys that have pretty much top potential and nothing else. Thought we were holding on for Bergeron. Really, we were just holding on for the... I mean, you know. You get good Bussy, hold on for dear life. Everybody knows it. They teach it in school. You know, that's what you put a ring on, everybody. Furcus, you have to go. Gruby, you have to go as well. No doubt. No doubt. Colorado. Any interest here? 2nd rounder for that group? No. How about a 3rd rounder next year for that group? Done deal. Cool. All right, so we are down to having very, very, very few contracts. 16 out of 50 to be exact. 16 out of 50. Let's see what happens here over the next few days. Let's see what happens. We got a lot of coaches who are rejecting our offers to come here. Not surprised. Not surprised. We'll do what we have to do. See if I can break this game. So Miroshnichenko elected to stay with St. Louis. McGroarty, I mean, there's just going to be so many of these, I'm not going to read them over. Jack Hughes said no. Honestly, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, let's just see who the hell we get. Let's just see who the hell we get. Because there's going to be so many people who say yes, no, I have to wait, blah, blah, blah. Some people are saying I don't have the cap space, which isn't true. So, honestly, just the big question and the name that I'm waiting for So we're up to 26 contracts just like that. With apparently no cap space? How the hell do you figure? How the hell am I up to 99 million already? How do you figure? Did I break the game? I might have broken the game. There's no way I signed that amount of cap. Okay, it's still the pending cap. Jesus. I was worried for a second. I'm like, okay, it's the pending cap because yeah, the rosters aren't there yet. Was that Michkov? All right, Michkov accepted, but we don't know what's going to be done. So obviously now the cap is going to be dropping as the AI match offers for all of these deals. We do get Maxim Chistov from Minnesota. That's huge. That is huge, and we are getting a couple of these guys, most of them still hanging around with their current team. Yeah, right now, just like that, we're back down to 79 million. All right, let's go back out there. Let's go back out there. In terms of goalies, we got to go back out after Menino. Bunny, take it easy. We got to go back out after Menino. In terms of defense, nobody that we're really worried about. Out of the high sixes, I mean, Hamara, Liam Bixel. Let me go back to them in a minute. Cormier is out there. Shai is out there. All right, we should have the roster space. We should have the roster space. This is just ridiculous at this stage. This is ridiculous. So Hamara, same thing. Try to bring you back. Even Maverick Lamoureux. Try to sign you just to see what you got for us. Bixel. Try to sign you. And the RFAs. Cormier is 25. He's not going to get that much better. Again, offer the 1.7 for Shai here. Anton Olsen. I have no idea how this is going to sort itself out. This team's going to be ridiculous. Needless to say, we are going to have a ton of options as well. And we still don't know if Matvei Michkov's on his way, which likely, unless somehow David Pastrnak falls down to a second liner, likely means Pasta's leaving the team. But for that price, we would have been dumb to not go for it. Alright, let's just keep looking at who we can get here. Keep forcing the AI into making these signings. Alright, even Wallander will still sign. Wish it was a faster way to do this, but you know. It'd be what it do, it is what it happens to be. Gromislav is ours. Damn, best damn AHL team in history, right? See if I can get Brock Faber. Again, we still want to get Porter. So the only issue is having to resend out the offers once they're like, oh, you don't have the roster space because of the whole pending spots and everything. It's the only issue. Maravich is already mine. I mean, this is either going to work out tremendously or just create a hell of a lot more problems. To be honest, I'm not sure of which, but I'm kind of excited to find out. All right, Jace, we really need to not sign right now. Bankston we can go for, though. Bankston we can go for. Although, honestly, I just for fucking due diligence, whatever. Let's just go for it. Who cares? Oh, no, we're doing it on purpose. I'm looking at the expiry status. Because if I have to renegotiate with them the very next year, it's just going to be a massive, massive problem. So yeah, it's based off of the expiry status of their contracts. Again, we have all the money in the world right now, for the most part. So I am not all that worried. Because again, prior to doing this, we had, what, 16 or was it even 14 people? So, yeah, and again, most of these will not go through. The compies, as you've seen, will match the vast majority of these offers, but it's our best way to kind of sort out, okay, who are the best players we can get? Again, there's all those low elites. Rodium, Amirov. The high nines. I feel like most of them accepted. I lied. I lied. I'm a liar. Okay. And then RFAs. So Stenberg's still out there. Delmas is still out there. There's a lot of these guys who are still out there. Kagorodov's not that good. May, Murley, Malakoff, Packard. Arnold getting the Packard. Smirnoff just for the value. We'll probably have to do another round of offers in a minute. But, again, worth it. Worth it. This is how we rejuvenate a system that has been brutally depleted. And again, the more money that falls off of those offers, the better. All right, here we go. All right, so we don't get Winehandle from the Blue Jackets. We don't get Persinger from the Kraken. We don't get Chesley. We don't get Holmqvist. We don't get Seamus Casey. We do not get Matvei Michkov. They matched it. Not surprising, but they did match it for 10.75. Again, it would have only been a first, second, and a third this year. No draft picks next year. No 4 first-round picks into the future. That was the smartest offer we could send out to still be able to do this every year. So Michkov will stay with Buffalo, which means David Pastrnak is safe for the moment. However, we still have a couple of big names there. Logan Cooley, Otto Stenberg, Jack Quinn are the biggest of the bunch. Everybody else appears to have been signed. Brad Lambert. If he drops his asking price a little bit more, we're good to go after him. So let's see. Beckman, 21 goals, 33 assists. Again, Stenberg, Logan Cooley. I mean, Stenberg at a high elite, 22 years old. As a playmaker, it's actually more of a all-around two-way. Damn. I don't know who to go for out of that bunch. I have no idea who to go for out of that bunch. Let's see. Offer sheet compensation. So 8 million and 5.3 if we wanted to try to get 2 of them. I mean, Cooley and Stenberg would be an incredible coup to get both of those. I need those asking prices to drop a little bit. Either that, or we go for Beckman, who's kind of what he is at this point. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that, to be honest. Danila Yurov doesn't really have the shot. Listed as a power forward. Wouldn't mind going for Brad Lambert as a second-line option. So Brad Lambert at 5.3 to bring him to Boston. That would be a second rounder. 5.375 for the second rounder for Lambert. And then Stenberg at $8 million for the first and third. Again, we don't want that second rounder in there. And if we can get Stenberg for this, then we're still doing okay, even if we didn't get Michkov. So there we go. We'll send out the deals for Stenberg and Lambert. It'd be a first, second, and third round pick for the both of them. Parevilov signed. Wozniewski. Oh, wow. That guy's got an X Factor. Didn't even know. Bieksa, we don't know yet. Cardwell said no. Lamoureux signs. Shai, we don't know. Faber, we don't know. Weir. Asplund said no. Jansen, Bixel signs. Olsen, we don't know. Wallander, Shaline, Hamara. All right, we got quite a few guys, but not everybody. We got Menino in goal, which is beautiful. 34 contracts, still, well, we're over the floor now. We still got, what, $21 million in cap space? Which is beautiful. Beautiful. So RFA is no one else to worry about. Defensively, Cormier, Kromoslov, Moravich are ours. We're looking okay. We're looking okay. And we got all those low elites that I could still go for. All right, we're in a pretty good spot here. We didn't get Matvei Michkov, but we are in a pretty damn good spot. We're not going to get Jansen from the Kings. Brad Lambert accepted, but we don't know. Winehandle's here. Anton Olsen will not be joining. Winehandle will be. Otto Shaline won't be staying. Bieksa. Here we go. Smirnov will stay with St. Louis. Santala ends up joining. Weir stays with Montreal. So Santala we got from Florida. Come on. Come on. Wozniewski we don't get. Faber we don't get. Shai we don't get. Otto Stenberg accepts the offer sheet, but we don't know. Ah, damn it, LA kept Brad Lambert. We had to play it smart. We had to play it safe. It didn't work. Brad Lambert will not be joining. But in terms of RFAs, we still have Cooley, who we will continue to go for. As long as it's an offer for just a second round pick. And yeah, now we're not. Okay, we gotta wait it out. We gotta wait it out. Let's see what happens. We do get Otto Stenberg from Chicago for a first and a third. That is a steal and a half. So we successfully offer sheet Otto Stenberg. And then 5.3 is the most we can offer for our second round pick. 5.3 is the magic number for Logan Cooley. He's not quite there. We'll still offer it. But yeah, he's not quite there. But I mean, if I can get Logan Cooley for that price, then we are laughing all the way to the bank here. It's a pretty big risk. Otherwise, we might as well bring in Beckman for the season. Kromoslov signs his offer sheet. Logan Cooley did accept. Will it be matched? Yes. A first, second, and third round pick for Otto Stenberg and Logan Cooley. Let's fucking go. All that, all that jumbling of our draft picks at the draft itself just worked out in spades. Thank you so much, Pittsburgh. Oh my God, let's fucking go. And that absurdity of targeting all those RFAs and shit, it all leads to this. But still having $28 million in cap space, our goaltending is now Chistov and Menino, which is unbelievable. That already is our goaltending tandem. So we need 2 AHL level goalies. Frolov will be one of them. So really we need 1 AHL goalie, sign Frolov. Defensively, the Tougie 24 Masterclass. I had to show the fan base I still got it. We got Ty Nelson, Bixel, Hamara. So we didn't get a ton of those free agent defensemen, Salmonson, Santala, Lamoureux. So we did bring in quite a few defensemen. I wouldn't say too many of the top dogs, but that's okay. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. We should be good on defensemen for the moment here, too. And then forward-wise, Otto Stenberg and Logan Cooley will probably make up the top line with David Pastrnak. Beautiful. We brought in Perevalov, Knees, Finley, Goyette, Nemesnikov, Kidney. We just brought in a ton of this talent where it's like, are you good enough? We're going to find out. No Bussy. I might reacquire him because I need an AHL goalie. I honestly am going to go trade for him right now. Sorry, Anaheim. He was a rental. Give me back my Bussy. Give me back my Bussy. So yeah, now we don't have a first or third round pick. We do have Ottawa's second. But, fuck, you know, who cares? Welcome back, Bussy. Welcome back. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we are looking pretty damn good. We'll bring in Jonathan Quick as a veteran netminder / cap whale because we need one. Veteran netminder / cap whale, Jonathan Quick, to really help fill out this roster. I'll still have to sign Frolov. There we go. Quick, welcome. Welcome, sir. Welcome. You'll be our 5th string goalie. Whoops, didn't mean to go to free agent. Meant to go to contracts. I thought I did, but apparently not. Unsigned goalies. Frolov immediately to the AHL. And then also unsigned. Maurer's the interesting one. But I think now we could afford to not play Maurer. Well, let's see what this team looks like. Let's see what this team looks like here. That was a ridiculous offseason, man. And I know it took a while. It's kind of ridiculous to send out that many offer sheets or $1.7 million offers, but we just totally shifted the talent level of this team completely. So I am very excited for this upcoming season. So Menino and Sheestoff are looking great. The Bow Pit is behind them. We're going to have him on the main roster, so Bussy and Frolov will be the AHL goaltending tandem. Defensively, McAvoy, Nemec, Lindholm, Luno. And then from there, we have to decide who the other two are to get the opportunity. But we have a damn good amount of talent. Nelson's a 23, medium 4. Iorio's 24, Bixel's 23. Hamara, Karomaslav. Honestly, let's just go for the highest rated dudes, I think. So McAvoy, Luno, Nelson, Nemec, Lindholm, Bixel. Not a bad way to start. Not a bad way at all. Forward-wise, Pastrnak, Stenberg, Cooley, Robertson, Nordqvist, Perevalov is up to an 80. Yeah, we're really going to have to... Ooh, wow, Mashenko. Mashenko's already looking good. All right. If we just drop these guys really quickly. If we just drop these guys, actually, hold on, right wing. Okay. So right wing, we got Pastrnak, Nordqvist, Matika. We do have an absence on the right wing without a dual position spot. So that hurts a little bit. Yeah, really nobody can play right wing. So honestly, low elite Jesper Lindberg is going to get a chance to play 4th line right wing to see if he's good enough. The left-hand side is likely to be Stenberg, Robertson, and then Perevalov for Matthew Knees. That guy's high 9. So the Knees are Suzdalev, and Suzdalev's a year younger. And then at center, Cooley, Finley, Mashenko. Kidney's 24, high 9. Nemesnikov's a year younger. Well, it's just 23 high 9. Goyette's 23 high 9. And then Cashman. Mark McLaughlin making $3.5 million. Maybe we'll send down Nemesnikov and actually play Mark McLaughlin this year. I kind of forgot that we were spending $3.5 million on Mark McLaughlin. I kind of forgot. Mr. Webster, good to see you. No spoilers, of course. How was the Kenobi? All right, so if we look at what this team is shaping up to be. Again, I thought Robertson would be our top line left wing. It's actually going to be Otto Stenberg. Definitely going to run Robertson with Mashenko and Nordqvist. I'm not that despicable. I know you're not. I was saying it more so people were like, oh, no, don't say anything. It's like, Danny would never. He would never. I think that's the team. I'm not too worried about the management side, but Stenberg, Cooley, Pasternak, Robertson, Mashenko, Nordqvist, Perevalov, McLaughlin, Matika, Suzdalev, Finley, Lindbergh. Bergeron did indeed retire, and Brad Marchand failed to re-sign. He didn't want to. So yeah, we are definitely in the middle of a new era. Nemec, McAvoy, Lindholm, Luno, Bixel, Nelson. And then in goal, Menino and Cheestoff. I don't know what the hell happened to this team. in like the best way. In the best way. Like, what the hell just happened to our team? This is outrageous. Like, defensively, they're absolutely stacked. Forward-wise, we don't really need Vajaholahi, so I need a couple of forwards. More than a couple of forwards, because Lamoureux is a defenseman. So we need a couple of forwards, but obviously, like, there is a severe scare amongst the competition that the Providence Bruins might just win three Calder Cups in a row. Maurer plays for Sarnia, so he would be NHL or bust, so we won't sign him. Skula. Man, Skula is good enough to play at the AHL level. McElhaney is junior level. Angelo Kadri. The question is, do we sign these dudes? And honestly, I think we're going to. We're going to sign Jakub Skula. He'll play in the AHL this year. We're going to sign Angelo Kadri. He'll play in the AHL this year. And then let's see who else is out there really quickly. I think we got a little bit of menu lag. We did, of course. Of course, of course. And again, it just refuses to recognize that I'm hitting down. Thank you. How much did Marchand end up getting paid? That's what I want to check. Adam Beckman is still available. He is like the main holdout for Minnesota. There is no way he'll accept a 1.7. That's the only way I could possibly get him. I'm still going to send it. Well, Beck, if you want to play this year, I highly recommend you accept the contract. Other than that, we'll go out and get somebody else. And yeah, we'll see how much Brad Marchand got paid and where he ended up. Detroit, 9.6 for 2 years. So congrats, Detroit. I didn't want to let him go, but he wanted to leave, and if a player wants to leave as a UFA, we let them. Let's see. Yeah, there was no way Beckman was going to sign that, but it was worth the shot. So we need 2 veteran forwards. Nick Dowd and Nick Delorier are perfect. We have a monopoly on Nicks in this league. We got Dowd, we got Delorier, and, well, that's all we need. I thought we had more for a second. I'm like, nope, those are the only 2. All right, go best lines in the AHL. Get Dowd out of there for Capriva. And then Delorier can sit for Kadri. So we got Dowd and Delorier as our depth forwards. That AHL roster is fucking stacked to the gills. I still have to sort out the coaching staff, and I will do that. But for now, what we know is that heading into this next season, this team is going to either be horrible or fantastic with absolutely no in-between.